Hi, my name's Kevin and welcome back to Tractors and Life. A couple weeks ago, I released a video on doing the maintenance on the cutting deck, which was cleaning the deck, pressure washing the deck, using asphalt, a rust converter, priming it, painting it, and doing the greasing and sharpening the blades. This is kind of part 2 of that video, which is the machine itself. I believe between these 2 videos, this is the most comprehensive information available on YouTube for maintaining your tractor, you know, trying to make it like new. And you see the back of me a John Deere riding lawnmower. It doesn't matter what brand it is. They're all basically the same. They really are. This has a Kawasaki engine on it. I don't care if it's a riding mower or a zero turn. The principles are pretty much the same, so I hope it's gonna help you with that. Because we are going to change the oil and the filter. We're gonna change out the fuel filter, the spark plugs, the air cleaner. And as you saw a few minutes ago when I've got the tractor up on the new tri-hoist, got to diagnose a leak. I'm not exactly sure where that's coming from, so we're going to kind of get into that as well. And then we're going to pressure wash the machine and install the deck. At the end of this video, this machine is going to be ready to cut grass. Thank you for joining us. Now let's get to work. All right, I have a slow leak under here that I'm going to try to find, but it's so slow it's going to be difficult. So, hey, just a quick reminder, if you entered the contest for the 15-gallon Garvey fuel transfer tank, that's going to close on April 6th. So get your entries in, your name, where you're from, and just write transfer tank and you'll be entered to win. We'll be announcing the winner on the channel sometime after that. But again, it will close April 6th. Yeah, I can't tell. There's so much grease under there and I don't have water out here yet. So I'm gonna have to wait until it warms up a little bit and then totally degrease it and pressure wash it. It's the only way I'm gonna find this leak. All right, so this is a kit that I got from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. But, you know, as I said in the opening in this video, this video is for all makes and brands of tractors. This one happens to be John Deere specific. Oil filter, oil, air filter, spark plugs. This is the dust filter for the air cleaner and fuel filter. So once again, you know, I got this through Amazon. You can, I'm sure, get the kit for your make and model, whether it's a riding mower, riding tractor, or ZTR, zero turning mower. So those are the things that we're gonna do immediately. We're gonna do a whole lot more to this tractor as well. We're gonna grease it. We're gonna pressure wash it. If you saw our last video, or one of our last videos, you saw where I got the deck ready. I had actually pressure washed it in the fall, and then this winter, using the hoist, I got it cleaned up. Head on here now to get some of the detail. Your wire wheel and that kind of stuff. And then I put a coat of primer on it. Actually, I'm leaving out one very important step. Before I put the primer on, you're seeing me apply asphalt, which is a rust converter. The nice thing about asphalt is you don't have to take it off. Right after you've applied it, you wait 24 hours and then you can prime or paint right over it. And just as the name implies, it's a rust converter. Then I put a coat of paint on it, actually a couple coats of paint. And I put fluid film on it. And then you'll also see where I grease the spindles. Grass. So once we get the tractor itself done, we're going to be ready to cut grass. This is going to be a comprehensive video, so we're going to cover greasing the machine, a whole lot of stuff. Oh, by the way, in the deck video, we also showed how I sharpen the blades too, and what I use is Amazon sharpener that I got. It's like a jig that keeps your grinder at exactly the right angle, 30, 35 degrees to sharpen the blades. That actually just works phenomenal. It's like 60 bucks. I'll put the link in the description on that as well. All right. All right, so oil should be sufficiently warmed up. Now Deere makes this pretty easy. I don't even need a wrench on this. This is just a turn valve here. What makes this really simple is this flexible funnel. Not just for this, I used it on the bigger tractor as well. These are just really handy to have. Again, I'll put a link in the description. So, I mean, with otherwise you just make a mess. And of course I have the pig mats down because I pretty much always make a mess. All right, while I'm waiting for that to drain, this is like a borescope. I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera. Tank looks really clean. You can see it really looks clean. Because I debated, I've had this 3 seasons now, and I debated on whether or not to drain the tank, but as you can see, it looks pretty clean. This thing's really handy. I'll put a link in the description for it. Isn't a must-have? Of course not. You know, if you've got fuel issues or what have you, and you're wondering if your tank is contaminated, so it's not a lot of money. Again, it's Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. Okay. I work on a lot of different equipment, so this is the oil filter kit that I have. And is this necessary? No, it certainly is not. So it's a matter of just trial and error and finding the one that seems to work, which this does. Makes it easier to install and to uninstall. Okay, pop this filter off of there. Who put this thing on? Oh, that would be me. Now I've got a little clean oil just going around the gasket. Always really important to be sure when you pull an old filter off that the old gasket came off with it. Otherwise, you're gonna leak like crazy. All right, next thing is, before some dummy forgets, let's get oil in the machine. All right, now to be honest, I don't remember how much this machine takes. I think it was a little over a quart. So we'll put a quart in and then take some dipstick readings. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna get the plugs out. It's not fouled, but it's not great. Yeah, interestingly, these one plug had no gap to it at all. It was like somebody pushed it in. All right, 0.030. Let's get them put in. Making sure you feel that connection. The little ring is getting on the end of the spark plug. There we go. Here's one half. Once you get it turning, then it'll come off pretty easy. And what I did find last year, this is the shortest piece. So it's better to get this clamp snugged up before you get the other piece on. I mean, I will say that Deere does make this machine pretty easy to work on. They really do. So as far as greasing the tractor, and I'm not going to go through all this with you guys. You all know how to grease. The best place to find out where all your Zerk fittings are, because you don't want to miss any. Matter of fact, for the first, I don't know, year that I had this tractor, there is a deck lift pedal, and I didn't know there was a Zerk fitting on there. So, you know, by looking at the manual, I was able to discover that. So with my manual, and again, if you can't find your manual, go to Google. That's what Google's good for. But with mine, so my John Deere manual shows the various Zerk fittings on the mower deck, and then also on the tractor itself. So I've got one near each final drive and one kind of mid-axle that I've got to grease, plus that pedal that I just told you about. So I use a DeWalt battery-powered greaser. You certainly don't need battery-powered because it obviously is more expensive. But this, I swear I'm going to keep talking about it till everyone has one. This is a lock and lube. You see that you depress the lever, it locks onto the Zerk, you let go, and you stay locked on while you're greasing it. So let's get under here and I want to show you where, at least show you where my locations are. Again, if you don't have a Deere, chances are your Zerk fittings are going to be right around that same location. So let me get some light on the subject here. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you guys this. This is really cool. So I had a company send me this, and I've had a couple of these little micro lights, but this one's just awesome. You keep it on your keychain, pull it off, and it's lit. And I just love the convenience of it. I've been through a bunch of these others. I'll tell you more about this in just a few minutes, but this is pretty cool. It really is, because I can just take this little thing under the tractor and kind of show you, you know, what I've got as far as grease fittings. All right, so here is the first one. And of course, you always want to clean it. And then and the lock and lube makes things very, very simple. Just lock it on. Now your hand's free. All right, lock and lube is locked on. On the other side of the tractor, lock and lube on. So back over to this side of the tractor, and this is the deck lift, and going straight underneath, you'll see that Zerk right there. So these little keychain flashlights, just really cool. I don't know, maybe it just doesn't take much to impress me, but I'm impressed. They actually sent me 2 of them, so I'm gonna give the other one to test my wife. They're made by Olight. It's called the iMini. So it's when you order it, it's a 2-pack. It has 50 lumens. It's only a little over 2 inches long, weighs 0.69 ounces, so it's, you know, nothing. And again, it's aluminum alloy. And I always know where it is. I almost always have my truck keys with me, so if I ever, and you know, these eyes ain't getting any better. This just helps. I mean, it really does. So again, I'll put a link in the description, also in the pinned comment. So if any of you guys are interested, you can order, you can get a discount too. I mean, they're like, I don't know, $22, $23, something like that for the pair. So just, again, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I'm not really a gadget guy, but sometimes things just really impress me because I am always looking for a little light. All right, I just sprayed degreaser under there. I'm gonna let it set for 24 hours and then we're gonna get it pressure washed. All right, I've let that brake fluid, degreaser sit for about 24 hours or so. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. And really ironic how this worked out. I was actually gonna have to replace my pressure washer. I had a Harbor Freight Bauer that It's been good for a few years, but I'm having issues with it. And literally after I made that decision, the next day the company contacted me and wanted to know if I wanted to demonstrate their power washer. I really like this. It's small, seems well built. It has a built-in like foam cannon, which you're going to see in a minute, and we'll try it out. I'll cover it more in detail in a later episode, but first, let's see how it works. Yeah, now if you notice, I'm not under the machine because I've got it jacked up so high now that the jack stands are worthless. I do have it chalked, but I think I pretty much accomplished cleaning off the underside as I wanted to. So now I'm going to let it down, get it outside, and we'll pressure wash the rest of the machine. So one thing I want to do, because of that leak, got a lot of grease built up down here. Boy, so far, I'll tell you, everything is easy with this. Getting this on and off, it's just a one twist thing on the soap dispenser. All of your nozzles are built into the handle, so it's super quick. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description and a pinned comment. It's only like 140 bucks for this pressure washer, up to 5,000 PSI, which is incredible from this little machine. And if you use the link, they give you a discount too. And I'll put the discount code in there as well. Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am. And I'm gonna do one more thing. This is called P21S. Again, I'll put a link in the description. And what you use this for is your engine compartment. You put it on, you cannot leave it on for more than 60 seconds. It'll gets kind of sticky and then you can't get it off. So I'll be putting it on just to clean up, and then with a very low pressure, taking it back off again. All right, let's see how it did. All right, that's about all that I want to do on it. By the way, the soap I'm using is from the Chemical Guys. runs like a champ. Started right up, no vibration. I'm really happy with it. As I promised, it's ready to cut grass. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, we're trying to grow the channel. If you're watching our videos and you like them, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up. We really would appreciate that. And if you have subscribed in the past, please make sure you're still subscribed. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time on Tractors and Life.